In this video, I will be showing you how to play the new variant of Mega Altaria. Firstly, we have Banette, which does 30 damage and doesn't allow your opponent to attach any energy to the active Pokemon. Ideal start is with Chingling always, since it does 10 damage and prevents your opponent from using any item card like Rare Candy or Pokeball. And followed by turn 2, if you have Banette with you, your opponent is cooked without energy with him. And we will be using one clef key as an active tool discarder, which gives protection from Rocky Helmet and Poison Barb and some other tools. And we have our new supporter card, Team Star Grunt, which discards the energy of a Pokemon which has an ability with it. And at last, we are running Training Area to boost the damage of Mega Altaria as a finisher of the match. So in this match we were seeing that my opponent start with Dino and add 1 energy with it and was unable to evolve to Hydriegon and was not able to attach any energy to it as an proceeding attacker of his team. So he just retreated to Nihilego and started ramping his Pokemons at the bench, but it had no use since I have already got Lycia and followed by Swablu, which I will be further evolving into Mega Altaria and cooking my opponent as a Mega finisher. And one more advantage of this training area is that it also boosts the damage of Banette from 30 to 40, which may be helping in one-shotting 50 HP Pokemon like at the first turn you add Chingling and do 10 damage, and the third turn you will be using Banette as a 40 damage attacker and one-shotting your 50 HP opponent's Pokemon. After I knocked out Nihilego, my opponent just came up with Hydriegon, but it had no use since it just knocked out my Banette and I just finished it with using Mega Altaria, and then he had no choice of bringing Mega Absol since if he had brought the normal Absol, he would have just lost the match, and he just bought in Mega Absol and I just gave him two 140 shots and he was just giving a concede for this match. And my opponent had a fear that even if he had attached an poison barb, I would just discard it with using clef key. But he would have used the poison barb on Mega Absol, but still it had no use since I would have always used the clef key as a supporter card and would just discard it and get an extra advantage over my opponent's Pokemon. And like this, I just easily won against the Hydreigon and Mega Absol deck, and unfortunately my opponent faced the loss. And now we are facing Chingling, Greninja, Mega Absol and Darkrai as the new competitor. I will be showing you how this frog struggled against me and just gave a concede at last, and I just won this match very easily, but it was still a tough one for me. I was just lucky enough to have all the key supporter cards and Pokeball. So firstly, we are using Lycia to draw our 50 HP Pokemons, and from that I got a Swablu, and then we would have used the Pokeball to just get the another Pokemon. And then we would be using further our Professor Oak and Cyrus as a key supporter cards to win this match. So the next turn I just drew up my Banette using Professor's research and I was able to lock my opponent without getting any energy. But he was smart enough to just retreat and use his Chingling as a next supporter. But then he just evolved into Greninja, but I just got off the training area from which I was able to give 40 damage as a base damage. He just knocked my one of my Pokemon using the ping damage of Greninja and just used up Mars, from which I just bricked up, but was able to come back from this situation. Let's see what happens further. And in the next 3 turns, we both were using just the ping damage and bayonet damage as an attacker from both sides, and he was just not able to attach any energy to his active Pokemon until he found his copycat. Here I probably did one misplay, that is, I should have used my clef key against the rocky helmet, but I used it upon inflatable boat, which was a misplay since it had no use against me since Greninja was already dying. So you guys don't make this misplay and just continue some matches with this deck to get experience about it. And from Copycat, he drew up his second Froakie and Darkrai for just giving up the ping damages, and he thought he would win with just ping damages. But I just drew up a Team Star Grunt and just was able to remove the energy from Darkrai, which prevented him from attacking the following turn. And like this, I was just able to win this match easily by setting up Mega Altaria further. And the next turn he just drew up his Cyrus and used it against my Swablu to give the ping damage using Darkrai and was able to get one more point, but it was useless since I have already set up my second Swablu. Since he just drew up his Mega Absol, it was useless against me because I have already locked him without getting energy to the active spot, and it had no time to just give him 2 energies to the bench and attack it as a main attacker, since I have already drawn my Mega Altaria and was able to cook my opponent, and he just gave a concede further. So next we will see our next match. So in this match we are against the water variant, so it is probably the Baxcalibur, Chinpa EX and Suicune EX deck. I have already defeated this deck several times, and to just check out the matches I have played against this deck, just click the I button showing above and you will just enter to that video and see the matches I have played against it. So let's see the further matches I have played. You can just go to the next match or just see this video and learn how to play against it using Team Star Grunt. So in this match we were against Zeraora, Bellibolt EX and Pichu, which was a easy match against me and defeated it 2 times almost. Though he got the ideal start Pichu, but I got the luckiest start with my Pokemons and Copycat, which I was able to draw my cards very faster and was able to cook him just like a piece of cake against me. And next I just drew up my Banette and Mega Altaria from Copycat, and it was almost at the end for my opponent. Though he had Oricorio with him, it was just a waste of energy by attaching to it since I had Team Star Grunt and was able to remove the energy from him and slow him down for the next turn. And the next turn he just used the X speed and just retreated into Zeraora. Like I would have gone up into Mega Altaria, but I used my mind that if I would just knock out Zeraora, it would be a problem for me if he found his Bellibolt. And my assumption was right, and he found his Bellibolt, which was bad for me, but I would have still knocked him out since I had training area and full energy with it. And that's it. It was just an easy victory for me, and I will be showing you the next match how I lost to Magnezone and Bellibolt deck very badly since I had the worst start and was not able to draw any cards properly, and this is how every deck ends its situations. So this was the match I was speaking earlier, like how I bricked with this deck and was not able to draw my cards properly. And you will see that I was not able to start with Shepherd or was not able to get any card. If I would have started with Shepherd, I would have just knocked out Oricorio in the next two turns using Banette and would have just blocked getting energy to the Magnezone. In this match here also I did a misplay which was going up with Klefki instead of Mega Altaria and then breaking up while getting Shepherd and no energy to retreat, and that was the losing step of this match which was behind my assumption for this round. So that's it guys. So this was the end of my video guys. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment on this video, and make sure to check out my other videos in my channel, and make sure to correct my mistakes further and share this video with your friends for further amazing content. Thank you.